YouTube, what is up? We are back for NFL week number 8. With our first pick of the week, we are riding with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers yet again. At home, Moneyline, plus 125, hosting the Atlanta Falcons. Before I dive deep into this pick, though, let me do a super quick recap for our last week's picks, and then we'll dive right back into this week. So last week, nothing special. That's why I'm making this quick. We went 1-1. We won our bet with the Colts -3. Hosting the Dolphins. They won by 6. We lost our Monday night bet with the Bucs against the Ravens. They were getting plus 3.5 at home. That one didn't work out. The Colts, look, we've gotten fucked over many, many times this year, and in my lifetime of betting, it was nice to finally get one of the luckier ones to go our way. Look, my thesis still stands on that game. Tyler Huntley's horrible, and Tim Boyle was the backup. He ended up coming in. I was so excited to see that horrible player come in. But the Colts were just as bad. So it's not like the Colts played great in this game. They underachieved tremendously. But luckily for us, the Dolphins fumbled every 2 seconds, and it gave us the win in that game. We will take it. We more than deserve to get some fumbles to go our way for once. Going in the Tampa Bay game, that game started off promising. Bucs start off 10-0. They look unbelievable. They look like they've been looking all year. And then it all changed with the interception in the red zone. I hate the play call. I believe it was 2nd and goal. The Bucs are up 10-7. 2nd and goal on the Ravens' 2-yard line. They call a pass play. Interception changes the game. With that short of a down in distance and only being 2nd down, you have to run the ball 100 out of 100 times there. That bad decision by the coach. And I blame the coach more so, or the OC, whoever's calling the plays, and a small percent of the blame on Baker. You have to run the ball there. Go up 17-7. Who knows? That might end up being a cover. Whatever, it didn't end up covering, so it's a loss. It is what it is. For the season, we are still green. That's all that matters. We're still in the positive on the season when most people are in the negative. So that's it. That's it for our quick recap. Let's go into this week and go with the Bucs yet again for our first play of the week. So yet again, we are riding with the Tampa Bay Bucs. This time we're taking the money line, plus 125. Here's the deal. I get it. The narrative and what's reality. The Bucs lost their top 2 receivers. Mike Evans, he'll be back later this year, but he's going to be out for a little bit with a hamstring. Side note, would have been nice if he could fucking catch the ball on the play. He got hurt, hit him right in the hands. I know, no empathy, but dude, hit him in the hands. I'm so salty about that play. Sorry. My point is, Mike Evans is out. Chris Godwin's out. We know that. That being said, I always say this, and everybody's going to have their different personal philosophy. Baker Mayfield is still the quarterback. If Baker Mayfield was out and those 2 wide receivers are in, I wouldn't fuck with this team at all. But the fact that, the team's doing good is not just because Mike Evans or Chris Godwin are doing good. I watch these games. These fuckers drop the ball all the time. They're good. Don't get me wrong, but they're not unicorns like everybody acts like. Baker Mayfield, and actually they've been running the ball really well. They're still gonna probably have that going on. Baker Mayfield and his improvements and how well the OC has been, calling the plays and the way they mesh together. That's been the secret sauce here. Can they make it work with other guys? That's yet to be seen. We believe as long as we got Baker and we got the same guy designing the plays and the scheme, we're going to have a decent chance. Plus, it's at home. I think it's insane for this team to be a dog at home against the Falcons. They're a solid team. I'm not saying they're not. But I think the Bucs are a better team than Atlanta. But the thing is, it's a lot harder. I always say this, and again, this is my personal philosophy. When a receiver goes out like Mike Evans did or Chris Godwin does in the middle of a game, more so Mike Evans, Chris Godwin was later in the game, it's harder to have success with that guy stepping up because Mike Evans or whoever it is getting all those practice reps, and they're the one building that chemistry and the plays that they're going to be running this week. And the guy coming in has to wing it on whatever limited reps he had in practice. This week, we know they don't have their guys. They know that. So they're going to be able to rep all week with the guys that are going to be stepping up and start to build that chemistry and give them more opportunities. And it's not going to be as much of a on the fly, let's wing this. It's going to be like, okay, we had a week to practice this. There's going to be a better chance that these nobodies step up and are like, okay, that so-and-so is actually decent. That's a lot of times how this goes. Again, I could always be wrong. We will see. With that being said, Atlanta, you look at their numbers defensively, they're really bad. this is a huge game. You know, Atlanta coming off a big loss. They have a really bad loss. They lost by 20 at home. The Bucs coming off a pretty bad loss. They were getting blown out, and they almost came back and made it close at the end. But the Falcons lost to the Seahawks on the road. They just tore that defense up. But the Ravens is who the Bucs played, and the Ravens are just an absolute buzzsaw. Like, it's hard to really downgrade the Bucs a ton because of just how good and dominant the Ravens are. They look like the best team in football right now. They're just Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry on the same team. Looks like it's just a video game. It's a cheat code. So I'm not gonna knock the Bucs too hard on that one. I think this is a rematch of the Thursday night game we had earlier, whatever it was, a few weeks ago, and the Bucs should have won that game if you watched the game. They had that game in the bag, and the running back fucked up and fumbled at the very end, gave Atlanta life out of nowhere, and Atlanta ended up winning the coin toss and scoring. Atlanta got pretty lucky to win that game, and that game was in Atlanta on a short week. A lot of things were stacked in Atlanta's favor. This is the opposite now. Yes, the Bucs are on a short week. I get that, coming off Monday Night Football, but this game is in Tampa. I do believe Baker and this Bucs offense is performing better than Atlanta, and I think I'm not saying the Bucs have a Chicago Bears or Pittsburgh Steelers or Chargers level defense where it's really good. But I think they're better defensively than Atlanta. I think they just looked so bad defensively last week because of who they were playing. They're playing Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, who nobody's had an answer for this year. This league makes no sense sometimes. The guys that had the best success against the Ravens this year were the fucking Raiders. So nothing makes sense. But with what we know, that is my thesis on this game, is that the Bucs are just better on both sides of the ball. Even if it's slightly, than the Falcons, and it's at home. They should not be the underdogs in this game. Can they lose this game? Of course, it's the NFL. But I think the Bucs should be a 3 or 4 point favorite in this game instead of being a 2.5 point underdog. So I'm going to take the Bucs money line at home here. Bucs money line plus 125, 1 unit. A unit is 1% of your bankroll. As always, you never have to bet my plays. It's not financial advice. To any trolls in the comments, go fuck yourself. And that's basically it. I will catch you, and if I have any other picks, I'm not sure at the time of me filming this, I will let you know. But if not, I'll see you next week. As always, good luck, boys. We need luck. Peace.